Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
Ahoy! Let's go! We're waking up Chicago. Turn up the radio. It's time to start the show. On Q101 with the morning crew. Ahoy! Let's go! Welcome to the morning show.
Let's go. It is finally here. We can really say that Riot Fest starts today. The official show doesn't start until tomorrow, but with the Offspring pop-up tonight at the Metro, let's freaking go. Now, in just about 10 minutes here, 6:20 coming up, we're going to have your chance to get to the When We Were Young Festival looking past Riot Fest. We have that keyword like we do every morning this week at 6:20, where you'll see My Chemical Romance, who played Riot Fest 2 years ago, after 10 years of not being a band, and Fall Out Boy, and Jimmy Eat World, and Pierce the Veil. That's for When We Were Young Festival in Las Vegas, a full trip at 6:20. We'll have the keyword for that. But I want to remind you, this is very important with all the people, the DMs and the messaging about the Offspring tonight. And we're here today now after weeks of giving away tickets, and many of you don't have tickets, which is understandable because it's an exclusive thing.
You have to win your way in.
Yeah, and it's a under 1,000-seat venue for a band that can play a 40,000-seat venue. So here's what you should do.
Okay.
Go to the bar Almost Home today. Brian Phillips, our afternoon guy, doing his whole show from there, 3 to 7. He's giving away Offspring tickets for the event every half hour.
That's a lot of tickets.
It's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of chances to win. It's 8 chances, I guess, 7 or 8 chances, depending on when he does right when he gets there. So go to that bar. It's right across the street from the Metro, just north of it on Clark. It's kind of the diagonal from the Metro. And it's a great bar. You'll have a great time anyway.
Oh, it's fun.
Yeah.
And if I know Brian Phillips, he's going to drink a lot.
You know,
Maybe he accidentally gives away a couple extra pairs.
You know what? He may give away his own.
Yeah, exactly.
He may not go.
That would not surprise me.
He likes to have a good time.
Oh, yeah.
So 3 to 7, the bar's called Almost Home Tavern and Grill on Clark, just kind of across the street north of the Metro. And every half hour, you'll get the tickets. And you know what? Let me put it this way. Maybe you don't win. I don't want to be negative off the top here. But you know what? The Cubs game's tonight, and tickets are probably cheap after last night's Cubs game.
Ew.
So you can get to a Cubs game.
Or you can stay at the bar because there's going to be tons of crew members there. It'll be
That's
really
right.
fun.
And you can watch the Cubs game and drink.
That's worst case scenario. You're at a fun bar with a bunch of your friends.
How about that?
That's worst case scenario. Also, what if somebody wins the tickets and they're there by themselves? You could end up as somebody else's +1 because it's a pair of tickets that we'll be giving away every half hour.
How about that?
Okay.
There's no reason not to go to Almost Home 3 to 7 today and with Brian Phillips. And we'll be there too, by the way. We're hanging out. So come on out there tonight. And again, the keyword for the When We Were Young Festival coming up here at 6:20.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Time for a fact that makes your brain go.
Does nothing? Is it going to be a lame fact?
Wow. Maybe that is. I don't know. You guys decide when I give it to you here. So here's the fact, at least the teaser of it. It takes us 90 seconds longer to do this than our parents. So I'll tell you what this is when we come back here in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So it takes us 90 seconds longer to do this than our parents. What do you think that is, Kenzie? I won't tell you if you're right or wrong. Just take a guess.
I would say that something we'd be slower at is chopping vegetables. I feel like, I don't know, because I think the more that you do it, the faster you get. And obviously our parents are older than us, so they've chopped more vegetables. Because I just feel like I'm not a fast enough chopper. I watch shows, like cooking shows. I'm like,
Oh my
I suck.
God. How do those guys,
suck.
they go like,
I know. And I'm like, I'm decent. Like sometimes one of my friends are around, they're like, oh, you do it faster than me. I'm like, oh, you should see my mom. You know?
That's a great guess. That's a great guess. Case, what do you think?
Basic mathematics. They can do mental math quicker than we can.
God, that's a good one, too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you if you're right or wrong, but it takes us 90 seconds longer to do this than our parents. We will tell you when we come back here in 5 minutes.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
All right, here we go. A fact that makes your brain go. Now, it takes us 90 seconds longer to do this than our parents. Kenzie guessed chop vegetables. Great guess there. Not right.
No.
Case guessed do math in their heads and our heads. Not right either. It takes us 90 seconds longer to run a mile than our parents did.
BS. No way.
Oh, really? Prove it then. Go run. Challenge your mom to a mile run.
Okay, let me call my mom and leave.
But that's not fair because your mom's older now. Like when your mom at your age could run a mile 90 seconds faster than you can run one now.
You think so?
Yeah, I know my dad could have easily done that. My dad was an elite athlete when he was younger.
Yeah, your dad was an elite athlete.
Played college football and all that kind of stuff. Case, what do you think about your dad and your parents?
My family has a history of bad feet, so I'm not sure any of us are faster than the others. We're sort of just a long line of people that the lower half of our body spites us with our daily existence.
Aren't you happy that you live in the modern world? Because don't you think your whole family would have been weeded out with like Darwinism?
Well, I think about that a lot with glasses, right? Because I would say for most of the time that the Earth has existed, people haven't been able to see. Glasses are a relatively new invention. What were you going to do in the 600s if you couldn't see anything,
Well,
right?
There is a big like theory, conspiracy theory, if you want to call it that. Or people really believe this. There's like books on it and stuff. That's the reason why there's so many myths and people think things exist. It's because you couldn't see well.
Yeah.
Like, that's a dragon. That's a big owl.
Because my
But-
family has horrible eyesight. Like,
Yeah.
we all have contacts. We all have glasses. 200 years ago, life would have been a blur.
Yeah.
It would have been pointless.
You've made it
It
clear.
was all a blur, baby.
Yeah. You've made it clear that the Lows wouldn't have survived. The bloodline there.
I mean, hey,
Their last name is Low. Think about that.
we made it this far, though.
That's good. And you did. So the thing is, it's weird. I was telling Kenzie during the break that we have the rise of CrossFit over the last decade, and you see fitness models on Instagram every time you open it up, and vegan restaurants and vegan food, and we've never known more about we're eating plastic and all this stuff. Yet America is the fattest it's ever been.
Yeah, I believe it.
Like, why is that? And then that's why we're slower than we've ever been as far as running a mile. We are, all of us together. Let's be a family here. It's an open family talk here at the dinner table.
I don't believe you.
Well, I eat Portillo's and try to talk about the 90-second mile I can't run. The 90 seconds off the mile. When you look at it, so obesity rates in America are the highest they've been in 60 years. 1960s, when the government was telling you to eat carbs like left and right. That was the food
obviously
pyramid.
They were right.
Well,
we should carbo load. That's the problem, baby. Let's go.
The obesity rate then was 13%. It's 43.8% now for women and 41.6% for men.
What are you trying to say? We're trying to say all the women are fat?
That is what Brian's trying
These
to
are
say.
factual stats. 2%
That was really
more.
messed up, Brian.
2% more women are obese than men.
So is this your pro-Vietnam argument that we lost all that weight because we were doing
we were
marching
running
orders in
around
Vietnam?
so much in Vietnam. We were working it off.
Yeah, the 60s we were so much skinnier because we were off at war.
I'm just saying, now they smoked like fiends, and that
Yeah.
stops you from eating. So that might have helped.
So
That was
cigarettes are
healthy.
cool.
I think we should all start smoking. That's what I'm saying right now.
And be at war.
Yeah. But I also thought about that. Do you know the fastest mile you've ever run, Kenzie? You know a time?
No.
You don't?
I haven't timed a mile run since I was being graded on it.
So what was that mile? Do you remember? Because I remember mine.
I was 7 something.
7 minutes?
Yeah, it's probably 7 point.
Which is a good mile time. I think the
Yeah.
average time for just somebody in shape is like 6 minutes and 45 seconds, something like that.
I don't know. I felt like all the 6-minute kids, I remember this. All the 6-minute kids were in track. All of them. 7 minutes were like, we're doing fine in life. 8 minutes were like, well, they probably have some, there was like the asthma kids and stuff. It wasn't doing good.
Or normal.
I was like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to run.
Came in with a pack.
When I played basketball in the best shape of my life in high school, I had to run a 6-minute mile to get in the gym. Our coach thought he was
to get in the gym, what do you mean?
to actually play basketball. You had to stay on the track until it was snowing out by the time I hit the 6-minute mile. I could not get in there.
The season had started.
We have like 5 games left. I'm like, Coach, can I get in the gym for practice? And finally, my friend, who was a cross-country runner, he timed me, said, just stay with me and you'll get in the damn gym. So I did. I was throwing up at the finish line. I was literally puking, but I made a 6-minute mile, which is actually really good if you look up the times on people. Like I said, average is around 6:45 to 7. So I made a 6-minute mile. It's the fastest mile I ever ran in my life.
I'm really proud of you. That's hard. And you have a lot of body to get to the other side. You're tall.
I was 6'4" then.
You're not aerodynamic. I always wonder that. Is it now you have a way bigger stride.
Truth.
Be a lot of wind working against you up there, as I don't know what's better, to be like short or to be tall with running.
It's really windy up here by my head.
I know. I see your hair blowing.
Brian, what mile time do you think you could get now?
Well, I know.
14 minutes.
Because I want to run a mile now.
Well, here's the thing.
No, you don't.
For the offspring tonight, I live about a mile from Wrigley Field.
You're going to run to it?
No, well, we walk it all the time to go to Cubs games or concerts, and I make it in 15 minutes. And I'm drinking a high noon there, a watermelon high noon. It's our traveler when we go.
That's nice.
So we have a little hydration.
With your child?
No, she's got a babysitter. Okay. So I can
Isn't
walk.
that illegal?
Illegal for what?
Aren't you like not allowed to leave the house with alcohol in your hand? They'll like walk around this like people put it in brown paper bags.
I can't leave the house without alcohol? That's
No,
illegal?
you can't leave with it in your hand, drinking it.
Open container laws.
Listen, this is Chicago. They got way more problems than stopping me with my one high noon.
You have to put it in a paper bag so you're safe.
I don't. We walked right by the cops
Hey,
at
my
Wrigley
Apple
Field.
Watch said you're being too loud. Can you quiet down? It's giving me an alert. It's bad for my ears.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I just went off. I show it to my baby sometimes. I'm like, could you relax? It's not good for my ears.
Good Lord. No, we walk out of there all the time down Clark Street with our high noons, and no cops ever stop us.
Did you just brag about walking by cops with an open container?
I know.
I'm just saying facts.
Oh, God.
Come at me, bro.
White men in America.
Yeah, check your privilege at the door next time,
kidding.
Brian.
Okay, my point is, I will walk tonight to the Offspring, and it's 50. I walk really fast, so 15 minutes I can do a mile.
Yeah.
Should
I want to know. No, I want to know what you can do jogging.
I bet I can do 14 minutes.
We'll spill your White Claw.
That's right.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie here on Q101. All right, so I was looking for some music to tell you what's going on in Indiana, a new law that you need to be aware of, whether you go over the border to Indiana, whether you live in Indiana, that's really need to know. So for some reason, for the topic I'm going to talk about here, I put an old-ass country song on YouTube, and this came up, and I wasn't expecting this song.
Sounds nice. I like it.
It's very nice. It's George Jones.
It's really peaceful.
Because we're going to talk about bobcat hunting season.
Naturally.
Does this track with that?
Tracks. Yeah, I'd hunt a bobcat. Did you really type in old ass country music?
Yeah.
Classy.
Okay.
Wait till Megan opens up YouTube at home to like open up the Wiggles for Harper, and then old ass country comes up on the history.
That's fine. It's better than what the other stuff in your history.
That's true. So, Kenzie, you might find this something that you need to know about, that the proposed bobcat hunting season has set a quota at 250 bobcats
Per person?
per person in Indiana now.
That's a lot.
First off, I was stunned there's a bobcat hunting season. I wanted to be an outdoorsman.
I don't like that.
All my friends growing up were outdoorsmen, hunting, fishing, and I wasn't. I thought inside on the carpet seemed just fine in air conditioning.
I agree.
So the state of Indiana's first bobcat hunting season may be limited to 40 counties also, and come with a statewide quota of 250 bobcats. Now, wait a minute. Maybe that means that only 250 can get taken out by everybody.
That would make more
I hope
sense.
So.
Yeah. Let me check here a little better my facts.
They were at one point wiped out of Indiana, probably because of things like this.
Yeah, they were endangered species up until, let's see, in
Good. Maybe we're
2000,
hunting them.
2005.
That's sad.
Well, I guess the problem is, listen, I love animals, and bobcats have a right to live too, but I think they eat chickens and cats and dogs. And, you know what I mean? Like, they'll come on your land and do that in the middle of the night. So you don't want, Salvador to be eaten by a bobcat.
I don't think Salvador's alive anymore.
That's
But I hear what you're saying.
that's Kenzie's cat that got taken away.
A long time ago.
was
He
on a-
peed on all the furniture. My parents got rid of him.
Well, he went to a farm in Indiana, allegedly.
No. He went to a really nice house. I went and visited.
So this is a proposal for 2025, but let's see. A bag limit will be set at 1 bobcat per trapper with a season total of 250. So I guess that means you can have 1 in a hunting session, but then 250 for the whole season.
Yeah,
if you're
219's checked it to confirm. You can't, as a person, as a singular individual, kill 250 bobcats.
Okay.
It's total.
But is it total?
It's not Rambo.
No, but,
Why? That seems aggressive.
but is that total for one person the whole season then, or just one?
The entire season. Only 250 bobcats to be taken out in Indiana.
Well, who's going to say that was 251? You shouldn't have shot that one.
You probably have to report it, right?
Yes.
You have to report them when you kill them.
What do you think? It's John Wick and you're doing everything in secret?
We
I
just
haven't even
throwing
seen these
grenades?
movies.
What are you doing?
I don't know how it works. I'm not a hunter.
Makes me sad.
I'm glad a hunter checked in from 219.
Well, you don't know anything about this life.
I don't. I really wish I knew about it. I'm not saying I want to be a hunter. I don't think I could ever do that. But I mean, also, I'm not a hypocrite. I like hamburgers and steaks.
You didn't know you had to have a fishing license, and now you think you could kill a bobcat?
I think if you have to kill a bobcat, you have to do it with your hands. You have to fight.
I don't even know if I want to be part of this. I don't even know what to do with that information.
Yeah.
You should have to. If you walk up and punch a bobcat in the face, you're a jerk.
Well,
They're very
but that's a
cute.
fair fight at least.
But
That's
they're
fair.
so cute.
Yeah.
I could never. It's adorable.
563 checked in and said that's bobcat genocide. If you were going to kill 250 as a singular person.
That's what I mean. I
Yeah.
just like, what's your beef with bobcats, bro?
I don't
Relax.
have one. I'm just reading the new law in Indiana so people will know that could be coming forward, people that do this. I thought bobcats were only out west. I didn't know they were in Indiana.
Well, they're not going to be for long at 250 a pop.
Where do you think, if you were a person that was allowed to take on 250 bobcats, let's say you took all of them out, where would you then put them, Brian? Did you think about this for half a second?
Where would I put the bobcats?
Yeah.
Well, I'd hang them in my family room.
All 250 of them?
Yeah.
Well, you did have a good
Well,
year. You
her
have a very
rule,
big
like
house.
the fuzzies, you can put a couple in her room.
Yeah. I got a couple rooms to spread them out. Listen, I love animals. I couldn't do this, but I just want to let people know what the new rule is. So now, also, under the roadkill permit system,
What?
a dead bobcat could be salvaged for personal use only. This is Indiana law. Not sold, bartered, or traded, and does not count toward the 250. The roadkill ones.
What personal use would you get out of a roadkill bobcat?
I'm sure it makes good chili.
Oh, gross.
God.
You ever had bobcat chili?
And it should count. That's still a life. You get hit by a car and you don't count?
Honestly, I agree with you, Kenzie. That should count toward the 250 total.
Right, because like let's not make them extinct again. If it's dead, it's dead. It counts.
Yeah.
Not cool. There's gonna be some psychopath out there just running over a bunch of bobcats.
Doesn't count.
It's like
Yeah.
Christine.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Well, I hope everybody knows the rules now. And the hunters, thanks for checking in today and keep making it clear that it's 250 total. So don't go out there like John Wick, as Kay said, and take him
With
out.
a machine gun.
Yeah,
in
that's
bobcat
not
season.
fair. That's not fair to the bobcat. I still think you should have to fight him.
Do you understand the rules now, Brian? Because you've now said on this show you want to fight deer, you want to fight bobcats, you need a fishing license to fish. I'm sure you'd blow up the lake with dynamite if you went fishing. Do you understand what's going on here?
I think I do.
You want to? Didn't you say you wanted to fight a kangaroo also because
That
of that
sounds
punching
right.
one?
Well, no, because they're a-holes. They will kick your ass. And a
I know. You have to
geese.
get behind them if you're getting attacked by a kangaroo. You have to get behind it. They can't jump backwards.
Have you ever tried that? It sounds like you have unique knowledge on this.
Immediately get behind the kangaroo. In case you're wondering.
Do you say, look over there?
No, just get. They can't go backwards. You have to get behind the kangaroo.
Got it.
They're so strong.
They're very strong and they're good boxers.
Exactly.
Well, there's the new rules in Indiana, whether you go over there or live there for bobcat hunting. I hope you understand it. Here's Gil Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is Talk Like a Pirate Day. But if you hear someone say, man, it sucks to be in last place, they're celebrating Talk Like a Pittsburgh Pirate Day. Jimmy Fallon turns 50 today. He's celebrating with a small, intimate gathering of people who still watch The Tonight Show. Krispy Kreme unveiled their fall-inspired donut collections. Your move, Ozempic. Pink Floyd may sell their music catalog for $500 million. Excuse me, this is the same band that had a hit song Shaming Money, right? Just checking. This is not headline news.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.